Now let's get to our big story this morning. Today marks 6 months since Hurricane Ian hit Southwest Florida. And over the next few minutes, we're going to take you to some of the areas that were hit the hardest. We're going to start in Matlacha, the tiny fishing village that was destroyed in the storm.
People who sheltered in place on Pine Island from St. James City and Bokeelia all the way to Matlacha were cut off for days unless someone could reach them by boat. The state was able to quickly repair the bridge and roadway there. It only took about 3 days. And when our crews were able to drive onto the island after Ian, you see here on your screen, it was just devastating.
Now, one of those people who went over onto the island for us was Fox 4 anchor Amy Wegman. She's been covering that area since the first days after the storm. Amy, we see you live there this morning. People have come a long way in the recovery process on Pine Island, but there's still so much work to do.
So far to go. You're absolutely right, Chris, and it's just really amazing and heartwarming to see how resilient all of our communities across Southwest Florida are. I remember those days right after Ian hit. I actually stuck my phone out of my car window as I was driving because it was something you really couldn't digest, seeing the buildings crumbling into the water and seeing how the storm surge and the winds from Ian really devastated this small fishing community. It's, you know, people who decided to shelter in place, they lost their lives that day. A lot of them did across Southwest Florida and a lot in this community. I met so many people in the days following the storm here on Pine Island that lost literally everything. Their homes washed away. And it really was so amazing to see local organizations step up, and organizations like the Matlacha Hookers and the Cajun Navy, they were hand delivering generators, walking down roads where they couldn't drive, that were impassable, to get things to people, and they are still at work today. So we are out here. This is the final giveaway of supplies that the Matlacha Hookers and some of the other local organizations are doing. You can see they have everything from wiring to primer with kills in it. They've got bedding for people. If you come over here, Travis, I want to show everyone all of the supplies they've got. So people are in line, and these are people whose homes were destroyed. She said that her walls and her ceiling are still destroyed. You can see they're filling up her pickup truck with not only sheetrock, but plywood. This is stuff that's really hard to get, and to kind of just really put an exclamation point on how far we still have to go. Look at this line. Travis, I don't want you to trip, but the line of residents, they are being vetted. You have to show that you live here on Pine Island, wraps all the way around this parking lot, and it zigzags twice through the parking lot, goes all the way down the road to the Pine Island Fire Department as well. I want to grab Julia Gaylor, if I can find her. She's one of the organizers of this giveaway, and she's actually helping with the long-term recovery here on Pine Island. So Julia, tell me a little bit about, I mean, it's hard to get these materials even 6 months later.
A little bit. Like the plywood, I wasn't able to get all of. What I normally order is 500 sheets.
So we're transitioning now, obviously. I think a lot of people in the community are back to their normal life, but here, St. James City, Bokeelia, Pine Island, Matlacha, it's not like that. You guys you're on the board to kind of transition into the long-term recovery. What does this mean for people?
So what we've been doing is providing relief, transportation, all of those services. Now it's time for us to get on the rebuilding side and see where we are, where these residents want to be in 2 years. That's what our goal is now, is where do we want to be in 2 years from now, and try to get them to where they need to be.
And you guys are doing amazing work today. How long do you think you have enough for 100 people?
I have enough for 100 people, and that's if everybody takes everything. So we will see. Usually we're wrapped up about 10 a.m.
Okay, so we're going to be out here this morning. I'm going to be talking to some of these folks in line, see if we can go home with them and we can see what they're dealing with, because again, 6 months later, they still have a long way to go. So I'm going to stay out here on Matlacha and Pine Island for now. Live, Amy Wegman, Fox 4. Back to you guys.